Because average Monkey Ball 2D just wouldn't cut it, this is Super Monkey Ball 3D for the Nintendo 3DS. And actually, the average Monkey Ball 2D sounds awesome. Sega, if you're listening, feel free to steal that idea for the next entry in your spherical simian series. And if it's half as good as this one, I'll be calling about my royalties. Super Monkey Ball 3D is Sega's first game for Nintendo's 3DS, launching alongside the system in March of 2011. This is one of many games in the Monkey Ball lineage, dating all the way back to the original GameCube release. And the series has become one of Sega's most prolific, at least in terms of getting product to retail, but in terms of quality, well, Monkey Ball hasn't quite been super since its 2001 debut. Fortunately, that ball has started rolling the other way on 3DS. Whether you've stuck with II over the years or you've lost interest, you'll be pleased to know Super Monkey Ball 3D is the best Monkey Ball game in years. Now, if you've never played Monkey Ball, the game is as easy to pick up as its premise is self-explanatory. You play as a monkey stuck inside a ball. The star of the show is a little monkey named II, and there are lots of other supporting simians to choose from as well. No matter which one you choose, the objective is the same. You roll around the levels, collecting as many bananas as you can before reaching the finish line. I guess it's kind of like Marble Madness if Marble Madness had been designed by Donkey Kong. Now again, the series has wobbled just a bit in recent years, but Super Monkey Ball 3D really gets things back on track, and there are a few reasons for that. First, the controls are just tremendous. Second, the design has been improved. And lastly, the 3D effect is honestly one of the best implementations out of all the launch titles for the 3DS. Let's start with those controls though, because Super Monkey Ball 3D uses the 3DS circle pad just as effectively as it does its 3D technology. Moving your monkey ball feels more responsive than ever thanks to that silky smooth 3DS circle pad. You can tilt the stages with ease, and as a result, there's definitely an increased precision in navigating tight corners and taking sharp turns in Super Monkey Ball 3D. Of course, I still plummeted to my untimely demise on occasion, but at no point were my failures the fault of poor controls. Unlike little II, I'm just not much of a high roller. I also mentioned the design is improved in Super Monkey Ball 3D, and that has to do with the levels themselves and the new obstacles covering them. There's some really clever track layouts in this game, and they're made even better by the additions of new bumpers and dangers, all of which are set to knock you off the stage. There are even some new surfaces which slow you down, such as the frosted cake in the Sweet World. Which, by the way, best new archetype in video games. I mean, everyone loves the lava worlds, the water worlds, the ice worlds, but man, these candy-designed worlds, this is where it's at. And they look great in Super Monkey Ball 3D, as do the graphics in general. Very colorful and bright, with lots of nice touches and effects. And speaking of effects, the 3D is fantastic in this game. It adds a really impressive feeling of depth, and for a game like Monkey Ball, it just makes sense. In fact, it kind of improves the game a bit. And Kevin even went as far as to describe the bananas as intense. I mean, come on, if intense bananas aren't a selling point for you, I honestly don't know what you're looking for in video games. Well, Super Monkey Ball 3D does cut back on the obscene amount of mini-games and modes included in prior titles, but there are about 80 levels and multiplayer modes and a racing mode. There's even a Smash Brothers-like banana collecting game. It's a really solid package, and although the 3DS launch library has been, well, far from exhilarating, Super Monkey Ball 3D is one of the best games available for Nintendo's new console. And remember, intense bananas.